Good morning, people. Well, I'm back from my week off of riding my scooter around Italy with my friend, which was very nice. Jane stayed here and held the fort. I think she did a good job. I didn't get any phone calls from the local constabulary, which is good. And I'm not sure how much work she did. I think she got the owner of the last boat to black it himself, but that's something we'll probably never know. So this week's job, Quisqualis. I don't know if I butchered the saying of that, but I'm sure somebody will put me right if I have. 2006, I believe. Boat builder Tyler Wilson. So let's start off at the rear on the starboard side. Got a bit of a collection of anodes going on there. Actually, I don't know whether to put one at the top here and make it 4 just to have a pretty pattern. So no blacking left along here, just above the waterline. That's all come off. It's always difficult to get the blacking to stick to shiny steel. It's not his favourite. You see there's a bit of mill scale going on as well. So 10mm base plate, chine angle at the back here, absolutely lovely, no wear on it at all. In fact, the steel in this boat is really good. We can see there's some electrolysis going on by these silver dots, and that was a bit that I scraped yesterday. That's what happens, it goes rusty like that over time. But all in all, it's pit free really. A couple of little bits, but nothing to write home about at all. Looking nice. Not much paint below the waterline left, but that's why it's here. So unfortunately we haven't got the lovely brass outlets that I like. We've got these welded in stabbings. Just need to keep an eye on these and make sure that they don't get too rusty. Moving forward, the chine angle at the front, absolutely lovely, nice square edge, plenty of it all the way around there. Again, got a couple of anodes at the front in good order. Bow thruster tube with a bow thruster in there, and it's got all its fins on the impeller, which is a bonus. The tube itself, I'm not sure how thick that is. That's either 4 or 5mm. We'll double check that. I'm sure it'll flick up on screen what my findings were. Round onto the port side, and just bits like this where there's no blacking at all. And the anode for the bow thruster tube, which is in there, is wants replacing. That's about done, that is. And these anodes on the side, they're okay. Again, just quite a bit of greenery on this side, just patches of it that we could really do with getting off. But on the waterline, there's a couple of flaky bits here as well. we're just going to smooth those out with a grinder with a wire wheel on the end of it, try and feather those in. But chine angle again, really good order, no problems at all. So yeah, nothing horrendous really. Boat could probably do with some side anodes on it. It might stop this electrolysis that's attacking the sides again. You see these outlets, the steel ones, you just have to keep your eye on these. Sometimes you can grind these back and then just build them up with a bit of weld. It makes them last a bit longer. Onto the back, and again we have a lovely display of 3 anodes. God knows why. Bit of upselling going on there somewhere. But it's best to have them than not. Chine angle down here at the back, absolutely beautiful, as it is all the way up the side of the boat. I think these are footholds, not dead sure, or they were tie downs for when it was, I can't see that being too structural, but I think the idea was a foothold. If you fell overboard you could put your foot on that and then climb back up again. It's got one on the other side. Right, propeller. Oh, we've got a little bit of whatever going on there. I'll get that off with a pair of scissors. Ooh, the nut's loose. That's interesting. Okay. Have to do a bit of investigation on that, whether or not that is an issue. Potentially the propeller could come loose from that and just be rattling around. I'll ask the owner whether he's had any strange noises and whether it is actually doing that or not, but yeah, not the greatest. But there's no nicks or chips out of it, all looks to be in good order. Same with the rudder cup at the bottom here, absolutely no play in that, I don't think. Get hold of it. Oh, there's a little bit actually, I can see down there now. It's actually worn, but the top bit hasn't. So yeah, didn't see that. So yeah, there's a bit of play in the rudder cup as well. Absolutely loads of metal around it. It's a huge old lump that they've welded on there. So, you know, it's not unserviceable, but as I always say, it's just whether or not it annoys the owner of the boat, because it can rattle sometimes when you're going along. So, all in all, could benefit from some anodes down the midships. Front and rear is absolutely fine, and we need to get in here with a wire wheel on the grinder and just clean up this greenery and feather some of these edges in here so that it doesn't lift the paint, the original paint. But for a 2006 shell, it's in really good order. Okay, let's get these 8 anodes welded on so that Jane can then get the second coat of blacking on. It's probably a good idea that I help with it after my absence last week. Get myself some brownie points, eh? Okay, right, so next job is this propeller nut, which is loose. So get the split pin off, take the nut off, and see how many holes are drilled in this shaft. If there's more than one already, then it might be a bit of a problem. Anyway, get the split pin out. Okay, so we have one hole, which is good news. It's raining. Okay, I'm going to get an extra strong bar and come back when it's not raining. Good morning, people. And it's the next day. It stopped raining. So, back onto this little propeller job of trying to tighten the nut up so that it lines up with a hole. That's the theory anyway, but just one turn further on. I'm hoping I should be able to see a glimmer of the hole and be able to get a split pin through there with just a little bit of jiggery pokery. Right, let's give it a go. Okay, so I can see half the hole, but it's not going to work. So plan B is going to be, it's got a hole through here at the moment. We're going to re-drill one through the top. So tighten this up so that we've got the holes lined up on the top. Okay, so we've got the hole at the top now, which is well away from where the other one is running through there. So drill it out. We've even managed to get it to come out the original hole in the nut. Right, on to the next job, which I think is cleaning out the bath thruster tube ready for a coat of paint. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do here is put a stud in here for an anode. So we've got one on the other side and we've got one on this side. Don't know why they didn't put two in, but they didn't. So let's get it in there. So Jane, got all your work done for the week then?
Yeah, I have done.
Did I help?
Yes, you did.
Even though I've been off for a week?
So?
Straight back into it like Flynn.
Really?
Yeah. So what you got there then, lovely?
Jack potato tuna.
Ah, and we have, ta-da, cake of the week. So this is banana cake and cinnamon, and this is cookies and cream. And I've got chicken burger. Because all I had on holiday was pizza because I was in Italy.
Nice.
So that's Quisqualis all sorted. Look forward to seeing it again in the next 2 years. Those side anodes should keep going for a lot longer than that though.